Now at noon, we could learn the future of the Pac-12 today. There's a hearing scheduled this afternoon as Washington State and Oregon State fight for their futures and the conference.
And conditions remain foggy across the Spokane area so far as of noon. We're tracking the latest there and when we'll see our next rainfall.
And check this out, a cougar spotted on the South Hill. Wildlife officers explain what you need to know about cougars in the area. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Hernandez in for Laura Papetti. There is a court hearing this afternoon to talk about the Pac-12's future. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth between the schools and the conference, so KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones has a look at where the case stands right now.
Yeah, well, today's hearing is a follow-up on the temporary restraining order that was issued back in September. If you can remember, that was put into place after both Washington State and Oregon State universities filed a lawsuit to prevent the departing Pac-12 schools from making decisions on the conference's future. Judge Gary Libby in Whitman County granted the two schools with that temporary restraining order. It has prevented the conference from meeting or attempting to meet until the court can decide who is allowed to be on that governing board. So with today's hearing, the court could make a decision on who has voting rights on the Pac-12 board. Washington State and Oregon State leaders have expressed their desire to rebuild the conference. Representatives for the schools have expressed that all 10 departing schools, they lost their right to vote on conference matters when they gave their notice to withdraw. On the other side, Pac-12 representatives made the argument that all 12 schools need to be able to weigh in on essential functions like employee retention. Ultimately, millions of dollars are on the line with any decision that is made. Today's meeting is scheduled for later this afternoon in Whitman County. In the newsroom, I'm Brandon T. Jones.
Well, if you're outside at all this morning, you noticed a lot of fog, and it looks like it's sticking around this afternoon as well. So meteorologist Thomas Patrick is outside in the Outdoor Weather Center. Thomas, it looks foggy.
Yeah, and it is still foggy out here, Nicole. This is definitely unusual. Usually we'll see the fog erode from the top down, but it's just been so stubborn so far over Spokane County. The picture that you see behind me, this is out at Silverwood Theme Park, but just look at the scene behind me, like beyond our green screen here. It is just completely foggy. If you know where we are on South Regal Street, the Mavericks just behind us, we can't even see the gas station, and that's just 2 blocks away. So the visibilities are still extremely reduced in Spokane due to this fog that is down here. Zero visibility, or we would probably report that closer to a eighth of a mile or somewhere around 400 to 600 feet of visibility. And if you're driving on any of the streets, you'll know that it is a tough time even just seeing the oncoming traffic, particularly if they don't have their headlights on. So make sure to turn your headlights on if you're out there today. And it's going to stay cold because the cloud cover is blocking all of the sunshine right now. It's 35 in Spokane, 37 in Coeur d'Alene. Small trip down to the Palouse showing 45 degrees right now in Pullman, where it looks like a bit of sunshine has crawled out here. And we're optimistic to get that sunshine. It all just depends on if this fog coverage is going to depart at all. If it doesn't, we stay in the 30s and it completely busts the forecast. But for the areas with the sunshine, easily into the 40s for this afternoon. Little drifting of some light cloud cover, even sprinkles through Lewiston a couple hours ago. That already out of the way. There's plenty of clearer skies above the fog. It's just a matter of how much longer are we going to see that. So we're going to break down our best estimates there and when rainfall does return to the inland northwest in just a few minutes.
Well, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward officially conceded the mayoral race to her Democratic opponent, Lisa Brown. There's only a few ballots left to count now, and Brown does have a pretty big lead. We are talking to Mayor Woodward this afternoon at 1 o'clock, but in the meantime, she did send a statement saying, quote, "It's been an honor and privilege to serve the city she loves." Woodward said she talked to Brown to wish the mayor-elect well and says her office will help make the transition to the new mayor easy. She says she respects the voters' decisions even if she's disappointed. Now, Brown had already said she won the race last Friday and thanked Spokane voters for choosing her as the next mayor. We reached out to Brown for an interview but have not heard back yet. There are still a few ballots to count that are coming in the mail, of course, but results are not official until they're certified on November 28th. Spokane Valley City Council is talking about how to spend $1 million in extra COVID funding. Earlier this year, the council decided to use the money to fund a mental health program for students, but now the county fully funds that program, so now the council has to decide again what to do with that extra money. Now to a developing story we've been tracking for a few days. The largest natural gas outage in Vista's history should be fixed by today. So far, Vista has gotten gas back to 26,000 of the 37,000 customers that didn't have it. A break in the Williams pipeline last week is what left the thousands across the Palouse without heat or hot water. Vista says they have not had any delays restoring the gas, and they say everyone that's still without gas at this point should have everything up and running by tonight. An emergency crews responded to a single plane crash at the Coeur d'Alene airport yesterday. The pilot was sent to the hospital. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press say the pilot was the only one in the plane. It crashed just after 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Fire crews were able to get the pilot out of the plane and say he was stable and alert. And now the FAA is investigating the crash. Well, it's been 3 months since 2 major wildfires started in Spokane County. The Oregon Road Fire and Gray fires burned thousands of acres and destroyed hundreds of homes. In the months following the fires, many of you have actually reached out to the KREM to Verify team with questions about insurance.
Does homeowners insurance cover damages or destruction from wildfires?
To News at 6, Mark Hannerhan verifies what protection homeowners have from wildfires.